Hi everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. So today we are going to make 2-ingredient bagels. Now, a few weeks ago I made another bagel recipe, and it's a recipe I have used for 4 years, guys. 4 years, and it's a typical fathead dough bagel, and I've done every recipe with it. Cheddar cheese bagels, cinnamon sugar bagels, plain bagels, you name it, with the toppings. And I've always used an egg wash. Well, I have read about this 2-ingredient bagel that's not a fathead dough, water wash, and you can still use whatever toppings. And it's supposed to have more of that cakey feel to a traditional bagel and still be low carb. So let's try it. Right? Let's try it. I don't know. Maybe I'll be a bagel converter. Maybe I'll stick with my other. Let me tell you though, take your jewelry off. When you make bagels, it gets sticky. Speaking of which, you need to get some spray. That's not in the recipe. That's just something I've learned, because when you make bagels, it sticks all over your hands. Have a spray ready, and I'm even going to grab some paper towels so that we can be working together as we do this. So your 2 ingredients are almond flour and plain Greek yogurt. That's it. That's for a plain bagel. I'm going to be making cinnamon sugar today. So in a side bowl, I have a blend of allulose, erythritol, and monk fruit that I have, and some cinnamon, and I've just mixed it up. And if I need more, I've got it right here, and I've got a little bowl with a brush for the water wash. All right, let's get going. Measurements will be in the description under the word more. Please click on the word more and everything will be there. So I have no idea how well this mixes. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, I will tell you that. And when you buy your plain yogurt, please make sure it is plain. If you can get a full fat yogurt, that's better for low carb living. But you know, get what you can find. Do not buy a sweetened yogurt though. Please make sure it is plain. And I'm debating if I needed a bigger pan, because I don't want any of this almond flour to like fly out. So I'm being careful as I go around. Definitely mixes different than a fathead dough bagel with the cheese and stuff. So I'm finding that. So this will make 6 mini bagels, 2 bagels per serving at 198 calories per serving. So that's pretty low cal. Okay. It's mixing up pretty quickly. Definitely has a very different texture for all of us that have been doing fathead dough bagels. Just kind of giving you a little comparison. Oven is preheated to 350, and they will cook for about 20. I always say about, because I check a few minutes early to make sure, because you don't want them burnt. You can always add, you can't take away time. Okay, so now I'm trying to level it out so I can section it off evenly into 6 bagels. Make sure you have a lined pan. Now, this is just something I have learned. You can line it with a silicone mat, or you can line it with parchment paper. Basically, I have learned that if I am doing a fathead dough, I want the silicone mat. Usually if I'm doing something more cake-like, like cookies or a bready-like substance, I want the parchment paper, because believe it or not, there is a difference with how it rises and how it sticks. So I went for parchment lining today. Okay. So do you guys see that I kind of evenly, it's flat. It's flat and it's even, because I want to make sure that I'm getting even sections when I do this. All right, So I'm trying to decide. I guess I'll grab a butter knife. So here we go. And I've got my paper towel in case my hands get a little icky. I don't know how well this will divide for me, but I want to have even bagels, if possible, or as close to even. Okay, so I've made 6 pieces. Now, that's not going to be perfect. It's going to be close. I've got my spatula. That's fine. And let's just see. I'm going to try to, literally going to shape them once I get them onto the pan. Now, this is a trick I've been doing for a while. I've been measuring out my dough, regardless of what it is, for a long time now, because I want to have them as close as possible to the same size, and it helps with cooking as well. So I'm just using that spatula. There we go. That's actually working pretty nicely. Okay. So what I'm going to do, just because I'm going to make one and then I'll turn it away, and then I'll come back when I have my 6 so you can kind of see what they look like. But when you see that you have 6 that are almost, I noticed one was a little bigger, so that's kind of what I'm doing there. So I'm going to take one. I'm going to try it only because I'm used to fathead dough. I'm going to try to not grease my hands. I'm going to let you know. About 1/2 inch high. These are tiny. I don't know if you can tell. They are tiny. Pierce my thumb through. Make a hole. It's wanting to spread a little bit. I do notice that. But once I get here, there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. So, actually, that's not too bad. I'm going to wipe that off just so I can bring the camera back up. But that's one. So I need to do 6 of those, and then I will show you the water wash, and we'll get it into the oven. So let me make up the remaining, and I will show you how I sprinkle on the cinnamon sugar, and we'll get into the oven. Be right back. Okay, so one of the things I want to say is I ended up not using this. And I've been making bagels forever with the disgusting hands. I would still say take off your jewelry. I had a little bit of excess on my hands that I just washed my hands. But other than that, it was nothing major. So as far as cleanup goes, I'm already impressed on cleanup. All right, let's water wash and apply some cinnamon sugar. Oh, and this also went really fast. So definitely I'm liking the speed part of this. Okay, so here goes the water wash. You can do an egg wash. It does say you can do one. I'm just curious. I need to try everything. So I'm willing to do that. For the sake of the taste test, I will do anything. And since I bought a big tub of yogurt, what I may do later this week is put something in the comments where I may make it again and do an egg wash. So, I don't know about you, but I really, really like teaspoons, like that make tea. Because I go in and I grab some cinnamon sugar. And then just tap over what I'm using. And it gives it a nice coating. I do this for powdered sugar brownies, you name it, I do it. And you can control, and you don't have like a big blob in one spot and not somewhere else. Going for some more. Just a little trick I learned. And you can decide how much or how little you want. I love cinnamon sugar, so you'll notice I'm going fairly heavy on this. However, the only thing that's the downside to this is the bottom doesn't get covered, but sometimes when I make keto bagels, I warm them and I use the bottom for the cream cheese. I don't even slice them. I'm curious, in the comments, does anybody slice their bagels, or does anybody do exactly what I do and just use the bottom for the cream cheese? Anybody out there like me? Feel free to comment on that. Inquiring minds want to know. Because I want to enjoy all of my cinnamon sugar. Again. Look at that. Doesn't it look pretty? All right. Here's the true test. Let's try and use this up. Okay, so they have been sprinkled about 20 minutes. I will take them out. I will eat one warm with you, but I'm gonna put the cream cheese on the bottom. So I'll see you back when they're ready to eat. Okay, so my first thought is it smells ridiculously good. So what I have done is taken one and cut it in half just so you can kind of see. That's the top, that's the bottom. That's where I put the cream cheese. Looks kind of cakey. And so what I did is these are fresh out of the oven. So I have some cream cheese on one. We're gonna try it. That is not fathead dough. That's really good. That is really, really good. I might have a second way to make bagels. I think if you're looking for a really flavored bagel, I would go with this. I think if you're looking for a more plain or like a cheesy jalapeno, you still might want to stick with the like fathead doughs. But if you're wanting like a cinnamon sugar or an everything bagel, something that you can pop the flavor onto, those might work more on a cakier style. And this is that particular bagel. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna go ahead and put up the link for the fathead dough bagels. So you can go and see that one and kind of compare, see which ones you wanna do. This one, guys, is really good. So I definitely see myself now making both, depending on if I want more savory, I'm gonna go fathead. If I want more sweet or a lot of flavor that I wanna put onto the bagel, then I think I wanna have the cakier style, which is this 2-ingredient one. I hope that helps, and I will see you next time. Thanks, bye.